And we're live. What's going on, everyone? This is the Papa Joe Show with your host, the Papa Joe, where Papa Joe knows. Thanks for joining. Happy you guys are here. So today, lots happening in the world of crypto. Lots happening in the world in general. One of the things that kind of wanted to talk about here today is everyone was freaking out the past couple of days about crypto dropping and everyone's like freaking out and I was going to go back down. It's going to back down. Is it Bitcoin actually in a bull market? Is it actually going to do what they're saying it's going to do, et cetera, et cetera? So kind of wanted to talk about that a little bit today. And then we'll kind of see where everything goes. Like, subscribe, smash those likes on the chat there on the video. Let me know if you guys can hear me well and all that fun stuff in the chat. I greatly appreciate it. I got a new mic set up here, so we'll see how well that turns out. Hopefully, I won't glitch out like I did yesterday. So for those of you who are watching my Patreon, my system overheated and I really don't know why or what's going on with that. So I think I may have figured out what it was, and kind of we'll see how things go today. So today, let's switch over here real quick. So after everything pulled back, Bitcoin was rejected from the $50,000 mark. Was rejected there. It really wasn't. It was a healthy return. A healthy profit taking section if you want to look at it that way. Listen, guys, we're coming into a squeeze like we've never seen before in the Bitcoin realm. People who are chartists or more technical analysis when it comes to the Bitcoin price are looking back towards the historical data around 2013. So if you zoom out and the price run from 2013 onward and looking at the actual expansion of the price, that is a very big gap and a very large amount of increase. I think you're going to see a liquidity squeeze, a liquidity crunch on Bitcoin when we hit this next couple of weeks here towards the end of September, November, December. The end of this year is going to be massive with Bitcoin. It is going to be huge. You need to understand that $100,000 Bitcoin, when we hit that mark, there's no turning back. People are like, oh, it's going to crash. No, because there'll be so few Bitcoin available on the exchanges at that point. No one's going to let go of it. Those who are going to let go of it are taking small profits, or they're going to be exchanges releasing any of their cold storage, or they're going to be institutional investors. It's accumulating back. It's resuming back. There are no, you got one of the largest whales adding $24 million more worth of Bitcoin to their holdings. If the big players didn't think it was going to go up, they wouldn't be risking that kind of money. Think about it. You seriously need to look into getting into cryptocurrency. If you're not already, get into it. As I say with all my videos, this is not financial advice. This is not legal advice. This is not tax advice. Anything I say on my show is for entertainment or educational purposes only. So hopefully you're learning from me, and this is part of your education. So if the big boys are getting in, $24 million is not a little bit of money. Buying more Bitcoin. Another thing that I thought very interesting, Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, they unlocked their funds for the investors to take profits, and only 58 came out. 58 is not much whenever you have, where was it? 649,000 Bitcoin in your fund. That's a lot. That shows investors' trust and belief that the crypto price, that Bitcoin specifically, is going to increase in value. Pretty soon, I think you're going to see Grayscales, you're going to see Viva, you're going to see Microsailors company. What's it called? Oh man, what's it called? I don't remember right now. I'll remember in a minute. You guys in the chat, if you remember, tell me. I don't remember. Anyways, Microsailors company, they're all majorly moving into cryptocurrency. You guys need to understand that they're going to start valuing this in like gold, silver, or something else other than the US dollar. The US dollar is failing. Maybe they'll do it in barrels of oil, or maybe they'll do it in how many actual physical good. I think you're going to see everything come back to Bitcoin. Maybe it will be Bitcoin. Maybe Bitcoin will be their world reserve currency, and that's why all these major hedge funds and institutions are actually buying this up the way that they are. At the end of the day, guys, Bitcoin's not going anywhere. I don't care what the regulations say. I don't care what the infrastructure bill they're working on trying to pass, and trying to get more IRS agents, more people to go after crypto. They don't understand crypto if they think that they're going to try and control it. And it's funny to me, from a technical perspective, Bitcoin exists everywhere, and yet it doesn't exist anywhere. And that's the coolest part about Bitcoin, and really any other cryptocurrency for that matter. I actually thoroughly enjoy listening to these talking heads talk about, oh, Bitcoin's used for nefarious reasons. The US dollar is used for more nefarious reasons than any other currency out there in the world. MicroStrategies. Thank you, David or Dwight. Yeah, that's what the name is. Microsailors companies, MicroStrategies. They hold a ton of Bitcoin, and they're continuing to increase the amount of Bitcoin that they have in their holdings, and they're not going to stop. I really wonder if you're going to end up seeing of this stuff become so mainstream that Bitcoin becomes the world reserve currency, where countries will transact between each other and settle debts in Bitcoin. It's not going away. Other other non-institution, Cuba now is recognizing cryptocurrency to boost its economy. World governments. That's what I'm trying to tell you. World governments are literally looking at cryptocurrency, and they're going, that's going to boost my economy because it's a real money. There's a difference between currency and money. I think I mentioned it before. Mike Maloney does a really good job doing the hidden secrets of money. He has a 10-part series. In the beginning, he's not for cryptos. He's a big gold silver bug, and that's fine. I am too. I think you should have some, diversify your holdings. Buy physical gold and silver. Don't buy the paper stuff in the exchanges or the COMEX. That's just paper. They literally print the silver and the gold contracts. It's printed. If you wanted to go and take delivery of what you hold there, you may not even get it at all. You're supposed to, but you probably won't. So hold it physically if you can. If you can find it, good luck finding it, though. There's been such a big run on that recently that you'll hear Bix Weir talk a lot about it, that there's so few silver available. There's more gold available than there's silver, and the reason being, and I like his theory that the Grand Canyon's full of gold. If you've ever been to the Grand Canyon and you've seen different parts of it, it's massive. There's different parts of it you're not allowed to be in, and that's probably because there's a ton of gold and gold mines there. But as far as silver is concerned, there's even less silver available in the world than there is gold. Silver has 2 isotopes, whereas gold only has 1. So from a technological perspective, you can use silver for a lot of stuff. Like we have it in our solar panels, we have it in our phones, our screens, anything you have that's an electronic has silver in it. So, like Cliff High said, eventually silver will, I think, become priceless because there will be so little of it out there that you will not be able to find it. People will start digging up landfills trying to find those old cell phones and try to find those old laptops and old TVs just to find an ounce of silver, because its value, it will be insane. So think about that in relation to cryptocurrency. How will cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin, be valued, and what will its denomination be in a spendable currency? I think you'll see maybe the stable coins become the day-to-day spending, and you look at Bitcoin and others being the store of value or the transfer of value between different countries, different people. But we'll see. That's all yet remains to be seen. Something else I wanted to kind of touch on here. One of my most recent favorites blockchain platforms is Polygon. ForgeBlock is integrating with them. ForgeBlock is basically, they're a decentralized cryptocurrency payment gateway. They're working on e-commerce plugins, APIs, checkout pages, all kinds of stuff like that, and they're going to use Polygon, or Matic is what it's formerly known as, to run that for them. And guys, we're building the new economy. It's going to be blockchain. It's going to be big. It's going to be huge when it comes to you grabbing a hold of these projects now while you can. I say while you can. You'll be able to later. You'll right now use the time you accumulate generational wealth. I kid you not. The generational wealth that you will be able to actually generate right now is going to be out of this world huge. And realistically speaking, we're going to have this next run in crypto. Bitcoin's just a coiled spring that's about to just jump. Think about what's going to happen whenever you can't buy any Bitcoin. That FOMO, the fear of missing out, when you hit $100,000, man, just wait. Just wait. That will spill up, because people won't be able to buy Bitcoin, like I mentioned before. They won't be able to buy it. That will spill over into the altcoins. That'll spill over into the Matics and the Polygons. That'll spill over into the Ethereums, the Litecoins. Litecoin, I think, is going to do really, really, really well, because it's another form of a means of exchange. You think about Bitcoin being the store of value and Litecoin being the means of exchange. I think that's very, very possible. I think that you'll have multiple coins that people will accept based off of whatever, because they're just going to take those and trade them into something like Bitcoin or something like that. You think about retailers or corporations, they're gonna start accepting this. They already are. I mean, I mentioned it in my other videos. Walmart's looking for people to do that. Amazon, you think Amazon's not already? I think it was Bitcoin Ben that brought it up, that you are going to see Amazon selling cryptocurrency. And I started looking into that. It would be stupid for a retailer not to sell cryptocurrency. They're a retailer. Be a retail cryptocurrency seller. You got to think about these things. It's almost, the world's never seen something like this. You've got money that's also property, that's also a way to store and transfer that value, that can also, each of these can represent the value of goods. So think about NFTs. NFTs is a big thing right now. And I think it is a big thing because anyone can go build them, but you got to also think about how that is going to represent value from the standpoint of multiple parts. So think about this. So I've mentioned it before, and this is kind of where my mind goes with NFTs. NFTs are going to be how you buy and sell a home in the future. Okay. So builder is going to build an NFT. Okay. They're going to put a parts list in that NFT, and they're going to go to their suppliers. They're going to say, I need this many screws. I need this many nails. I need this many boards of 2x4s and lumber, this many, this many sheets of sheetrock, et cetera, et cetera. It's going to build that list. Okay. Once they have that parts list lined up with someone to source those things, they're going to go and they're going to close that NFT. They're then going to go build that house. That NFT is going to have all that information in there. That NFT is then going to be sold and therefore the representation and the value that's in there will be sold as the house to the whoever's buying it. Okay. Say someone buys that house from that first person later down the road. That is the transfer of the deed and ownership of that home to the net new owner of that home. Okay. They will be able to, for forever, whoever buys that road for that home for forever will be able to constantly forever be able to see every screw and where it came from, every board and where it came from, making sure that everything that's in that home is going to be responsibly sourced. Think about that for a second while I take some coffee here. Oh, you gotta have coffee. Those of you who know me, you know I love my coffee. I'm kind of a coffee snob. Absolutely love different roasts and things like that, but we'll talk about that if we get to see each other face to face. Some of you have met me face to face, but I digress. NFTs represent the value of a physical good. So I'm not kidding. I mean, you'll be able to go. It's a big deal right now to responsibly source your goods. And what that means is that it wasn't sourced via child slave labor, that it wasn't sourced from a part of the world that, you know, we don't want to fund nefarious actors in any way, you know, by obtaining their raw materials and their raw goods, stuff like that. If you have that kind of information in something you're buying and you know it came from somewhere and it's quality products, I mean, for me, if I bought, you know, go buy another truck and I could see every material that was in there and where it came from in the world, I mean, that's fantastic to me. That means I know that I'm buying something. So like if I knew that cobalt for the chips or, you know, the batteries and stuff that are in there, if it came out of the ground in a good location and I knew that was a very, very rich area and it had, you know, all these other different properties and stuff like that, that means I'm getting a good product. Not that it was just assembled appropriately, but the metals and the plastics and the rubbers and everything came from a good location. I mean, you would be able to go and find that out and know. I think that's great. Think about that's our future, folks. That's the future. And guess what? People like me, we're building that. People like Bitcoin Ben, they're building that. People like Michael Saylor, they're building that. You know, that's what we're doing. And that's why I set up my business here. You know, scan that QR code, that'll take you to my website. I educate people on a one-on-one basis, and I consult with people on a one-on-one basis. So if you have an idea and you think blockchain makes sense for it, schedule some time with me. Let's talk about it. Let's see if it actually makes sense, and I'll be able to tell you whether you can or can't do that. And if it's a project that interests me, maybe I'll help you get it done. Maybe I'll help you get it going and connect you with the right people to get the job completed. If it's something I can do myself, then I'll do it. If it's something I need other people to do that with, I have contacts. I have people that will help get that stuff built out. Just schedule some time. Let me know. I'd love to chat with you folks. It's a lot of fun to me. Even if you're new to crypto, I'll help you get into that and teach you how to set up a wallet, safely secure your stuff, and make sure that your crypto is all safe and everything. So, but, you know, I think that this is going to be just every time I stop for 2 seconds, and just think about how big crypto is, and yet how small it is not how small it is, but how people seem to demonize it in their minds. I was going to say how small it is in people's minds who want to demonize it. I guess that'd be a better way to say that, but I don't know. It makes so much sense in every way that we, the people, look at this as freedom. This is our way out of the constructs of government. This is the way out. If they can't control your money, they can't control you. At the end of the day, that's how they make us do this stuff. You have to have a job so you could buy things for your family, so you could have a house. You have to have a job. And in that job, they take money from you to pay taxes. Really, it's only to pay the interest on the national debt. It's not even that at that point. It's just they're literally burning the currency. I think someone asked me in a note to kind of explain that. So I'll kind of take that real quick to do that here. Sorry, my allergies are bothering me today. They literally take the digital nominations on the computer when you pay your taxes, and they will delete those. They will literally take cash and burn it to just pull it out of circulation. Because of the amount of printing they've been doing, they can't keep up with that. So the amount of taxes that you pay literally gets erased so that they can actually reduce the amount of circulating supply. So you've heard people mention velocity. Currency velocity is the amount, the speed in which a dollar or money exchanges hands in commerce. The faster that happens, the more velocity there is, making that money transfer between people obviously faster, but it also creates an economic stress on the dollar, creating a value. Well, it decreases the amount of things you can buy. It basically is it speeds inflation. It helps speed inflation. Inflation has been through the roof, as we all know, with everything that's been happening with the money supply. The thing that scares the Fed the most, the thing that scares the Treasury the most, is they can't control Bitcoin. They can't control that it's limited. They want to be able to print as much of it as they possibly can and blow that bubble up and buy as much as they possibly can, et cetera, et cetera. So you need to make a decision. Are you going to sit there and let the bubble pop and whatever they tell you the next means of exchange is, just go get that? Or are you going to go and create generational wealth for you and your family? The dollar's going away, folks. It's almost dead. It is dead, but it's not officially dead. You need to get in there and you need to start looking at this stuff. Schedule some time with me. Let's talk. I'll gladly teach you how to do it. I'll show you what you need to do. Bitcoin is in a bull market. It is in a bull market. It will continue to be in a bull market for the foreseeable future. Once we hit, I said it before, once we hit $100,000 Bitcoin, that's easy. I think that we'll do that here in the next maybe 8 weeks. I'll probably be wrong on that. I'm not good at timing that kind of stuff. But if that actually happens, you're going to end up seeing a massive FOMO event happen where people are going to go, oh crap, it actually hit $100,000. I need to get some. You're going to see institutions do the same thing. You're going to see businesses do the same thing. They're going to go, oh, okay, I should buy some of this and hold it. And the price is going to launch so high simply from that alone, because it's supply and demand. The demand goes up, the supply is staying the same. And then the next, I guess about 3 years now, 3.5 years, 3 years, you're going to see the price just completely drop. I'm sorry, not price. The supply will be cut in half again. The price at that point they should double. So at minimum, just wait. And it looks like my system's saying you've had enough. Sorry, I'm freezing up, everyone. I really need to figure out what's doing that. So anyways, like, subscribe, share the video. I greatly appreciate everything you guys are doing. I will have a Patreon show this afternoon at 4:30. Click the link in the description. My Patreon show's here. It's $5 a month. I really only did that to primarily keep the trolls out. I really do appreciate all that you guys are doing. Share the video with your friends and family. The more people that see this information, the better off the humanity and the world will be. And anyways, you guys be blessed. Thanks.